I'm sure that you've probably heard of the pink sauce lady, and that pink sauce that she got was shipping out got insanely popular over TikTok, and she ended up selling a bunch of bottles, but was basically shipping poison to people's houses and had to deal with a bunch of stuff with that. And at some point, she still got lucky enough after everything of basically shipping poison to people's doors. She still got acquired by Dave's Gourmet and made some money selling this pink sauce, probably the rights to it or something, to Dave's Gourmet, who then got it into Walmart and, took over from there. And now it seems like it's been a huge failure, and it pretty much has no one to blame except for herself. Especially when you dig into the story, you've seen her on TikTok complaining about Dave's Gourmet, how they stole this brand from her and they're making it terrible and they don't pay her. But Dave's Gourmet responded, and it actually makes them look like one of the greatest business partners to ever work with. You can see we got a little notes here because I think their Dave's Gourmet's response, they took it down or something's going on with there. But they have the bullet points of this right here. And honestly, Dave's Gourmet is the biggest winner out of all of this. They come out looking like a saint and a perfect business partner for people to work with. So let's see exactly what it broke down. This starts that Dave's Gourmet revealed that Veronica, that's the pink sauce lady's name, received $45,000 upfront for purchasing her pink sauce brand, which is a lot more money than she said they stole it from her, right? Obviously, she made some sort of money, and 45 grand, it's not that much, right? But it's also comes with a huge amount of headaches that Dave's Gourmet had to fix. They had to fix the recipe so that it wasn't poisonous, and they got her into Walmart so that you could just sell lots of volume if you marketed it correctly, and the marketing was on her. And then even after that, you can see after the agreement was signed, turned out that Miss Shaw did not have enough money to cover all of the refunds, so Dave's Gourmet gave her another $30,000 to cover refunds, even though it was not their responsibility. So in the contract that she signed, she was responsible for basically the work that happened before Dave's Gourmet got involved. Makes sense, right? She shipped all these problems, gathered all these problems. She should be responsible to clean up said problems. But she didn't have the money to do it. And Dave's Gourmet could have sat there and said, "It's your responsibility, figure it out. Go on credit card debt, take out loans, figure it out." But they didn't do that. They said, "All right, we'll take care of it. We'll front the money. Here's another $30,000 to take care of the refunds." They come out, they look like an amazing business partner to work with, that they're actually going to take care of brands that they want to buy. So they truly are the winners of this whole thing, because when you read through this and you see just how crazy the pink sauce lady's acting, it literally just is a huge marketing for Dave's Gourmet of, if you are in this food, I'm assuming they're probably only related to food stuff, but if you're in that sector and they come up to you and want to buy you out, they might be a good brand or a good group to go with. They seem like they try and take care of the brands that they buy out. And it didn't even stop there. Even more money came flowing out for them. You see, the fall of 2022, Shaw was struggling financially, so Dave's Gourmet provided Shaw with multiple cash advances that totaled more than $40,000. They didn't charge any interest or fees, and the advances were supposed to be offset by future royalties. So this is where this stuff that she's complaining about and trying to manipulate it a bit to obviously get people on her side to, I don't know, cancel Dave's Gourmet. But literally, they came out, they said she was struggling, and they said, "It's no problem. Instead of, you waiting for your royalties to come in, we'll front $40,000 and give it to you. And then the royalties will either be smaller until the 40 grand is paid back to them with no interest, or maybe no royalties until the 40 grand's paid back because they already gave you that money." They literally, it seems like Dave's Gourmet was doing everything they could to make sure that she was in a better spot, that she wasn't going to struggle, and they literally did everything they could, but she just didn't care. She threw it all away. She complained that she was homeless and had to go from Airbnbs and hotels for 6 months, but this totaled $120,000. And if you, I don't, how are you spending 120 grand in 6 months on hotels and Airbnbs? You'd have to be staying in like the most luxurious, insane places to spend that much money. And then we get into the crazier part, because what we've seen so far is Dave's Gourmet, they're happy to help out. They gave her 45 grand for her company, paid for the refunds of $30,000, even though it was her responsibility in the contract she signed. And then again, gave her another 40 grand because she was struggling as an advance on royalties. And now that she's seen that they're being more generous than they even really need to be and are helping her out, this is where it gets even crazier. She says that on February 2023, Veronica requested over $10,000 in marketing expenses to throw herself a birthday party to maybe be featured on TikTok. She also requested that they pay for her dress of $800 and shoes of $600 or more. Dave's Gourmet would not approve these expenses, suggesting a smaller budget. Which, what is going on? They've given her $120,000, and you want to go to them and say, "I need a $10,000 birthday party." What does this even have to do with the pink sauce? It wasn't even mentioned. It wasn't even mentioned. Besides, maybe it'll be featured on TikTok. What are you talking about? Your job is the marketing. In this partnership, it seems like Dave's Gourmet took care of the kind of logistics, getting it into Walmart, getting it into a place where it could have substantial volume, and her part was the marketing. Market it on TikTok, on social media, just like you have been, and keep the hype there. That relationship would work really well if she actually took it seriously, but she threw it all away. She wanted to milk Dave's Gourmet dry for every dollar that they'd be willing to give her. And since they've been, more than generous up to this point already, she probably had no problem saying, "Oh, they'll pay for my $10,000 birthday party." And it has nothing to do with pink sauce, but she just thinks that they should pay for it. And then even if you don't want to count the money only, like if you want to look and say Dave's Gourmet, they gave a ton of money, but maybe the contract is bad. They even helped her on that. They didn't enforce things that would have been bad for her, that would have counted against her because of what was happening. They didn't enforce it. So even on the contract side, she was good. Like this bullet points ends here by saying Miss Shaw had certain obligations in her contract related to social media activities that she violated multiple times, but Dave's Gourmet chose not to enforce them as to not create a strained relationship. And then in total, she received over $120,000 from her partnership with Dave's Gourmet and Pink Sauce. So she has received tons of money, way more money than she deserves, really, by how she's acting. And even in the contract, when she has to do, I'm assuming she has to do the marketing, right? That only makes sense. They take care of the logistics, the inventory, creating the sauce that's not poisonous, getting it into Walmart. All she has to do is talk about it on TikTok, and she couldn't even do that. And even though they gave her hundreds of thousands of dollars, helped her when they saw she was struggling financially by giving her advances in the royalties, thought they were doing a good thing, they still didn't enforce whatever punishments would have come from this by her violating the contract that she signed. Dave's Gourmet comes out of this situation looking like a saint, like one of the greatest business partners that you could ever ask for. If you have a food brand and Dave's Gourmet comes knocking, you look at this situation and think, Dave's Gourmet is gonna have my back. They're going to try to help me out, and if as long as you try and help them out too, it could probably be an amazing relationship. But the pink sauce lady, she saw none of that. She saw the money coming in and thought that I can just continue milking Dave's Gourmet because nothing's bad's happened yet. She didn't come up with her contract. She didn't keep doing whatever her contract said she should be doing, and she still got the money. The breaking point seems to be a $10,000 birthday party that she thought Dave's Gourmet should just pay for just cuz. Ultimately, she fumbled the biggest bag in history, had a brand that she started on TikTok, went viral, and was basically shipping poison to people, and still found a company willing to buy it from her, giving her hundreds of thousands of dollars, and she still threw it all away, didn't want to just simply talk about it on TikTok as a marketing effort, And here we are with her complaining that Dave's Gourmet scammed her, and Dave's Gourmet coming out and showing just how much they tried to really help her. That's gonna do it for this video. As always, don't forget to smash that button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.